everyone, welcome to a 2v2 battle for Warhammer. This is going to be my first custom map, and oh boy, were there some issues to get this. So, this is on low unit count, and I'm going to show it anyway because I spent literally over an hour trying to get one single custom map match up and playing. I wish I was joking with you. Over an hour. It was a bunch of hassles. So when I got into this game and I saw that it was on low unit count, at first I sighed, I face-palmed, thought about it, and I was like, well, you know what? It's been over an hour. We're just going to play it, so I'm just going to show it because this is still a custom map. Our first custom map, so let's take a look at it. This is Norska's Landing. We start in a position back here. I guess, we just came off the docks, which are located over here. I wish I can kind of go higher. But this is a giant map with a lot of choke points and a lot of different ways to go up to the very top of the map, which is where the enemy can deploy. They can deploy right here, which I can already tell you so much balance issues with the way this map is made, but it's a custom map, and that's fine. We're not playing these for balance. But the enemy can deploy here, here, or over here. This is pretty cool, little chaos gate. And I think it goes all the way back to basically the skull. I think. Does it go past the skull? Oh. It looks like it goes past the skull, which is weird. But anyway, so let's go over the army compositions for this custom map. We have two Marauder Horse Masters over here for my ally. Their flying contingent is a Chaos Lord, a Exalted Hero, and then a Chaos Pharaoh Manticore. Their land troops are going to be a bunch of Marauders, mostly Chaos Marauders in the front, and behind them are going to be the Chaos Marauders with great weapons. My army is being led by Big Bird, and this is a Chaos Warrior army, so we have 3 Chaos Warriors mixed in here, 3 Chaos Warriors with great weapons, and 3 Chaos Warriors with halberds. I have 1 Aspiring Champion, and then each of us brought a Giant, and that's going to be our numbers. You can see the troop count here. With such a low troop count, this is kind of more like tabletop, even that less than table, it would be like a Warhammer 40k tabletop numbers, kinda. But for the enemy, they are both vampire counts. We're both chaos, obviously. So their army, we have a couple of Fellbats. They both brought the Red Duke, I believe, on a dragon. Yeah, they're both on a dragon with the Red Duke. We have 2 Blood Knights, multiple skeleton warriors. This line is a mix of the Cairn race, White Kings, and then there are skeleton warriors and I think Stearnsmen. Yeah, we have the Stearnsmen and a couple of the Graveguard mixed in throughout these skeleton warriors and Cairn race. We have 2 units of Crypt Horrors, and I think that is it. Oh, also the Tithe zombies. So let's press play. Man, let me tell you, low unit count is a whole different game. A whole different game. And also, we're going to be marching for about 5 minutes all the way up here because the enemy's just going to kind of stay up here. So we're going to march all the way up, and we'll finally fight right here. So I'm going to kind of fast forward a little bit. And fast forwarding, and my ally is running away from the Red Duke. And then this is when I'm going to find out just how unbalanced low unit count is. Yep. Chaos Lord destroyed in 1 shot from the Nagash? I never use that spell, like no one really does. What was that spell called? Gaze of Nagash. 1-shotted his Chaos Lord on the Pharaoh Manticore. Yep, because in low unit count, monstrous creatures have a lower hit point pool to kind of go coincide with the low unit count of the infantry soldiers. So that Chaos Lord just got sniped 1 shot by the Gaze of Nagash. Gaze of Nagash can be a powerful spell, but it doesn't 1-shot. I don't think anybody. Like, I don't even think even like a caster. Can it 1-shot a caster? Maybe it 1-shot. I can't remember. It's been so long since I've even used it. So that happened. And we continue our long march. I am leading with Big Bird to see if we have any units hiding in the forest, because again, they could deploy anywhere along here. That was a second Claw of Nagash, Gaze of Nagash that just went down and killed the Exalted Hero. So there's the Chaos Lord 1-shotted, Exalted Hero 1-shotted, leaving him with only just the Chaos Manticore. Yep. I don't know why anyone would ever want to play low unit count, but I guess maybe some people do because of their computers. They can't handle larger numbers. But it really sucks how Magic isn't even balanced for low unit count. So Magic is the king, the supreme power in low unit count. And I wish I had brought some damaging spells with Big Bird, because I only brought Transmutation of Lead because it's the lore of metal, and there's really little reason to bring most of the other spells. Wish I brought some damaging spells so I could test them out, though, because damn, 1 spell 1-shotting a Lord and an Exalted Hero is quite something. quite something. Over here, we're going to get a Winds of Death on these Chaos Marauders. I personally would have tried to grab my Chaos Warriors because they are a little bit more threatening, but they chose to do the Red Death on these guys instead. And also, okay, so custom maps. This was supposed to be the Siege of Talabheim, which is a map I had to go out, subscribe to, and try to play, and instead we got Norska's Landing. Hey man, listen, it's a new system with the custom maps, so maybe there's still some bugs and kinks to work out. But what is kind of cool, and before this battle actually starts, I wanted to kind of explain how it works, or maybe how it sometimes works. So, the first time I tried a map, Siege of Talabheim, when I joined the lobby, the owners, or the creators said I had to go out of the game, subscribe to the map in the Steam Workshop, and then come back. I did that, and it still didn't work. Then with this lobby, it was also supposed to be the Siege of Talabheim, but in the actual game, there's a download progress bar that pops up next to your name, and it downloaded the map, but it downloaded this map, Norska's Landing. And so then this is the one that we played instead of Siege of Talabheim, because I don't know, it's a bug or something. So it seems like sometimes the map won't automatically download, because I had to go out and subscribe to the Siege of Talabheim to try and even get it to work in the first place. But then for this map, it downloaded in-game. And then after this map is done, I couldn't do a replay because I didn't actually have the game. So like it temporarily downloads the map, it seems, because I had to go back out onto the Siege or Steam Workshop, find this map on the Steam Workshop, even though I already played it, and I had to subscribe to it before I can even do a replay, because when I tried to do a replay, the game didn't think I had the map, so I had to go subscribe to it, even though I downloaded it to even play it. Listen, it's fucking weird. And it was a hassle and a half, but, you know, still a cool system. I'm still happy that custom maps are a thing. I hope to bring many more. I just hope they are not preceded by an hour long of people having to leave the game to make sure they have the map, coming back, playing the map, but oh look, it's not even the map we wanted to play, and fucking a lot of hassle. But anyway, the battle's about to start here, so the Red Duke is going to try and chase off this Chaos Pharaoh Manticore. I believe they're going to try and chase back. And then my allies' army, because they are Marauders, they're faster, so they're going to be engaging against the Skeletal Warriors, the Tithe, Stearnsmen, Cairn Wraiths, and I believe the Cryptors are going to be coming as well. Fellbats are coming in, and they look at that, one shot from Big Bird, and the Fellbats are below half, and they are going to run. Low unit count balance is just non-existent. This is fucking weird. Really, really weird. Marauder Horsemaster pulling up on the flank. I'm throwing our Chaos Giant against the Stearnsmen. I'm throwing my Chaos Spawn against, I think, the Skeletal Warriors and the Tithe Zombies. And this is just a massive, I don't even know what. There goes my Transportation of Lead to try and get the battle into our favor. My Allies Giant is in there. My army is still coming up, though, because they're slow Chaos Warriors. There you go. We routed something. I don't even know what it was. A Skeletal Warrior, I think. And here comes the second enemy with multiple White Kings. Here comes some Blood Knights, Skeletal Spearmen, Skeletal Warriors, and then the Cryptors. I'm going to try and get my Halberds, which are still way back here, into the fight against the Blood Knights and the Cryptors. So I'm going to try and do. Fellbats going on the Marauder Horsemasters. And there's really not much that happens because, like, it's such a low unit count. There's not much you can do. But I'm going to be micromanaging Big Bird in and out because he's going to be chased by White Kings. I don't want him to get hit by a White King, especially since he only has 1,800 hit points in this low unit count battle. So I'm just going to be kind of running back and forth, trying to do some damage here and there. I'm going to cast a second Transportation of Lead here soon-ish. My army is just starting to get in here, but you see we're going to be delayed by some Cairn Wraiths and this White King. I'm going to try and push through the heroes to try and aid my ally in battle because you can see they're routing. So this is another problem. You see how they're all routing? And my forces over here are going to be routing soon. Apparently, whoever made this map made it so that there are no edges that they can route off of. I'm guessing, because I've never made a custom map yet. So this entire army has routed, but they are not going to move because there's nowhere to route to. There is no apparent map edge that they can reach. And I'm guessing it's because it's past this terrain. So, like, they can't run off the map. So, you know, that's kind of maybe a problem on this Norska's Landing map, that retreating units don't actually go anywhere. So this entire army is effectively done. There's no one left. Like, they're all routed. But they're going to stay there, and I think think what happens is when I come in and I start helping to kill enemy units, their morale may start to come back. I'm not sure. But in the very least, they are still sitting here and focusing or getting focused down by the enemy, even though they're not a threat. But they're still standing there, so they're still getting hit. So it's allowing my units to kind of come in here on the flank and do some damage. Back here, we have some Blood Knights that are going to be routing and terrifying my Chaos Warriors, but they have nowhere to go, so they're just going to sit still, which is great. Here we go. I'm going to be pulling my Halberds over here on the left flank to try and deal with these Cryptors, and then I think also these Blood Knights. My Big Bird died over here with one single charge from, I believe, I may have missed it, but I think it was from the Red Duke, and like 2 Vikings charged him, hit him one time, and he died, so that was fun. It's a lot of fun. It's a fucking weird game. And again, I'm just trying to get into these Blood Knights, and then the Cryptors. I guess I hit the Blood Knights first with the Chaos Halberds. Meanwhile, the rest of my army is over here trying to assist my Marauder brethren who are scared to the point where they can't even move, you know? So it's bad news over there. But luckily, our Giants are still going strong. Luckily for them, because they haven't really been hit by the Blood Knights yet, because they're kind of very deep in this formation. Speaking of Blood Knights, I think they're going to start coming for my allies' Giant. I'm sticking my Giant on this White King because the White King has low hit points because it's a low unit count. So one breath almost kills this White King. And there we go. He's dead. Giant's still fine because he hasn't really been focused down. This Giant is looking a little worse for wear. Blood Knights coming in to terrify my Chaos Warriors, but they have nowhere to go. So I think eventually, yeah, so eventually they just get their morale back and they're fine. Like, it's super weird. Super weird. So now that we dealt with one of the Blood Knight groups over here, 2 of the Chaos Warriors are going to be dealing with these Cryptors. And after the Cryptors, we're going to be chasing these other Blood Knights that are roaming the backfield over there. My Marauder Brethren army is still terrified. Still can't move. Still basically worthless, kind of. Meanwhile, what's left of my Chaos Warriors and my Giant, or my allies' Giant, is going to be over here dealing with our right flank. I think at this point we have killed both of the Red Dukes and we've destroyed all of the White Kings. So they don't really have any leadership left, which is great for us. Blood Knight's going to be coming over here charging these Marauder Horsemasters who are already routing. So that's cool. And then I'm going to get my Chaos Warriors over here to try and finish off the Blood Knights. Going to run in the Chaos Giant back into this formation. I think it was the Chaos Pharaoh Manticore that sniped the enemy Red Dukes here and there. I think I run this guy in. And I have one. Oh, I forgot I mentioned I had a Chaos Spawn. I don't think I mentioned that. I brought a Chaos Spawn. There he is. There's one left of the 3 that I had. There we go. So now the Giant's going back in to try and finish the job. And look at all these units that are just routing perpetually. Like, it's just... it's really weird. Custom maps, y'all. And there we go. Without the leadership and due to losses suffered in the entire army, the Vampire Count army is going to crumble. Now, that may have not happened had there been a map edge to run off to, because though they weren't fighting, my Marauder allies were still providing just a solid wall of bodies that were distracting most of their forces, while my Chaos Warriors were all kind of condensed in one spot and just kind of slowly killing. Now, if these guys actually ran away, my Chaos Warriors would have been surrounded by the 2 remaining players, and I would have lost, like that. But because this map doesn't have an edge, or because Marauders just can't move when they're afraid, apparently, we're going to eke out a victory here. Man, I will try to never play on low unit count again. I'm showing this again because I was just so frustrated with the custom maps that I was like, you know what? I'm just going to show this because I'm done. I'm done for the day. I'm not going to play anymore. I'm not going to try to play anymore. I wanted to do the Siege of Talabheim, and hopefully I will show that here. Actually, you know, I could show you at least the map, because I do have it downloaded, and it looks pretty cool. But before we get to that, Big Bird, 40 kills, which is huge in a low unit count like this. 40 kills is insane. 137 for the Chaos Giant. Huge amount. So those kind of stood out. For Spooky, Blood Knights did really well. The Cryptors did really well. These units, for the most part, did really well. And good game to Spooky and Malik. And showing us how imbalanced Magic is in a low unit count army, and how potentially broken a custom map can be. Oh man. Oh man. Y'all want to see the battle that I wanted to play. Where is it? I've downloaded actually quite a few maps now. Here we go. Siege of Talabheim. So hopefully I'll be doing this map here soon. I'm not even going to show a cinematic view of that battle because I'm going to show that just so you can see a custom map because people have been asking for custom maps. And I try to please. So who knows? I wonder if this map is broken too. Can we see, like, here we go. I guess this is kind of a way to see it. So Talabheim is surrounded by, I guess, this like giant wall. I don't know anything about the lore. So was Talabheim built like in a meteor crater or something? Because there's just this giant wall that you can't pass as far as I know. But to get into the city, there are multiple entrance points. You can see that I can deploy anywhere in the city, I believe. Yeah, so the defenders can deploy anywhere. So we have a north gate over here. Yeah, and I think the enemy can deploy anywhere around the edge. So they can just, you know, come through here, go under the mountain, which looks really cool. And then I guess this is going to be like the first choke point because you can probably have archers posted up here, knights right there. So that's one way into the city. Then I think there's another way back here-ish, maybe not. Here we go. I think this is a side path. Yeah. So the enemy deploying on the outside can then also go through this small gate, which is obviously a big choke point, but it may not be defended. And they can just kind of wheel themselves down here into the city center. Then there's also, this path will extend back here to the opposite side of the map, I believe. Oh, maybe it doesn't. I'm sorry. No, it doesn't. So the only entrance points are going to be the 3. So we have the northeast, north, and then the west gate. West gate looks like another choke point. Could be pretty hard to be the attacker on here. But anyway, it's still a cool map. I'm assuming most players will probably just pull into the center of the city and just hold these bridges just to be safe. Because it'll be easier to hold this point, this path right here, and then these like bridges. Because if you deploy yourself like over here and all the way over here, then you know you run the risk of some enemy slipping past you somehow. But anyway, it's a cool looking map. I hope to bring it to you here at some point in the future if it works. I tried getting this map to work for about an hour, like I said, but just varying issues just didn't have it happen. But I want to, and there's so many custom maps out there that I want to try, and I just hope that it's an easier process from now on. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that weird battle. Low unit count is like a whole different ball game, man. Whole different ball game. And I will see you all next time. Thanks for watching, everybody. Sorry for the not rage, but anger towards the custom maps. It was just a frustrating afternoon trying to get this to work. I'll see you next time. Take care.